Hello everybody, welcome to possibly the last Wildstar PvP guide from me. Now, it's so hot outside, but I turned off my fan because I don't want the little bzzz noise, so I'm burning for you guys. Okay, so I hope you appreciate that, and just buy me some tacos next time you see me in Europe and America, wherever you guys live. Anyway, let's get back to the guide, shall we? Guide, that's a strange word. G-U-I-D-E. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I see you guys have noticed that we have two wooden dolls in my housing plot. Isn't it pretty? Okay, so let's pretend these guys are the best players in the world. Okay? They're pieces of wood today, but they're basically the best players in the world. Now, when you're in combat, so let's hit this dude, let's get in combat. Now, when you're in combat, the main thing you have to know is how to kite backwards, how to run away. And it's not as simple as like, and then like running away, sprinting, hold shift, sprint. It's not that simple. It's like this. So we're fighting. The most ideal escape, or kite, like kiting back, this is how you kite melees, but it will also work against like range versus range, because like medics are pretty close range and some range will get really up in your face and stuff. So this works on everyone. It's like really good to practice, and it mainly works when you're ranged. Anyway, so you're fighting and now you're in combat. So now you have to sprint, you have to hold shift to sprint. So now you hold sprint and then you hold sprint and you double jump backwards. See how I just tilt the camera slightly that way? That's what helps me to run backwards through the double jump and remain in a straight line, so that I'm kiting straight back. So it's like this, like double jump, hold shift, double jump, hold shift, double jump. So it's like sprint, double jump. If you get the sprint, then do the initial jump and you're in the air, that jump travels further than if you weren't sprinting. That's why it's important to get the shift. Also, when you shift during combat, if you get hit, you get dazed, so you get slowed. So it's a bit risky, but you've got to time it. But more than likely you'll get it done correctly, because you only need that 1 second to sprint, jump. Then once when you're in the air, then you do the double jump. You're gonna get the distance. So yeah, just practice that. That's like one of the most important things. So that's like one of the main things that if you're ranged, it will improve your PvP play by like so much. Might even help in PvE. Man, I'm sweating. And what a genius I am, I'm drinking tea when it's this hot and I turned off my fan. Ta. Burningly, sensationally nice. Alright, the next thing is dodging, like movement while you're fighting. Okay? This as well is like insanely important, because this will determine how fast you die or don't die. Like, if you get it right, you will take much less damage and you can juke the opponent's abilities, because everything's aiming in this game. So, you know, when we go through this, you'll see what you can do to make them miss. If they miss something important, like imagine if I'm an Esper. Every attack, I like build up a side point that you see in the middle. When I reach 5, then I spend it, like we talked in the last video, Mind Burst. Now 5, that was 5 combo points that I've been building for ages. Then I threw it. If you dodge that, you more than likely won the fight, depending on if you're landing stuff on that guy. Because I just spent so long to build up that power, then I threw it and I missed. That's a big deal. So how we do this is, while we fight, we're going to be moving from side to side. We're going to be throwing in some rolls. And yeah, check it out. Like, always try to make your movements unpredictable. Like, see how I'm running in a rhythm? This is good. This will actually work against most players, but against a pro, or against like a very good player, they will see this pattern that you're doing, then they know where you will end up being, you know? Then they can aim you and time you. But so like every now and then you change it up, like you keep going a little bit and then like, you know, you change and then you suddenly go this way and then you chuck in a roll. and then, you know, like that, and then you double jump back, like, you know what I mean? You have to always think of it of like attack and move, you know what I mean? Like, never ever stay still, otherwise it's too predictable and you're gonna get destroyed. So like, if any of this like side to side movement, you dodged something, then you've done good. And what I like to do is I like to slip in while I'm moving side to side. That's fairly slow movement, even though you can dodge things. I'll hold shift and then do a double jump to the side instead of backwards while fighting, because then they're used to you moving slow. All of a sudden you sprinted, so they won't be able to time you that well, you know what I mean? This is kind of like the principles of boxing, because the little boxing I did, it's about not being predictable. When people get punches, or when people like dodge punches, it's all because they've seen the rhythm of the other guy, and the other guy keeps doing the same punch. Eventually, the other guy reads it, and then he'll counter it, or it'll be easy to avoid, you know what I mean? So when I was young and I didn't know about boxing, I thought, oh, whoa, that guy's insane how he dodged that punch or whatever, but really, when I learned it a little bit more, it's the timing. Like, the other guy keeps doing the same punch, so eventually you know it's coming, then you can avoid it. So same thing here. Like, try not to be. This goes in every game, by the way. Like, not even just video games, like soccer, whatever. Like, if you keep doing the same thing, then you're predictable and you're gonna get counted. You're gonna get stopped, timed. So yeah, try to be unpredictable, but always try to move. Like, always be moving. If you're ever just like still like this, like, you're kind of gonna die. You're gonna take a lot of damage, depending on the other guy. Like, maybe you're not moving like that would, and then the dude's like, hurrah! Oh, what the hell? I still hit him. Even bad example, but imagine if I missed. Yeah. Damn. Damn. Now, just to show that in an actual game example, here's a clip of me when I'm in Esper, and as you can see, I'm non-stop moving, dodging, so like I'm avoiding as much damage as possible. And yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta keep moving, attack and move, never stay still, just keep moving. And yeah, your rolls, roll. Eventually you'll know things that are coming, that are, oh, when he does this, he does that ability right after it. Then you can save one roll charge maybe to avoid it. But it's just good in general to just use your rolls when they're up, you know, like to dodge. When you get a little better with a bit more practice, and then you can tell what's going to happen, then you can save rolls tactically. But yeah, starting out, just keep going side to side, and then yeah, roll. And if you're against the melee, sprint and double jump backwards while you're fighting, you know? Like, attack. When he's too close, sprint, double jump back, sprint, double jump, whatever, you know what I mean? And fit in whatever attacks you can along the way. Okay? Cool. I promise, with those two fundamentals, if you just keep practicing them, it's, oh my god, you're gonna be laughing at the competition. Unless if you're versing like some of the really skilled players, then even when you do that, they have their ways to close the gap and stuff. But hopefully you don't run into those people. But still, they're good practice against, you know what I mean? Am I sweating yet? It's so hot. It's so hot. Last thing is, if you're a melee, whenever possible, this isn't always the right thing to do. And I wish I had a moving target so I could illustrate it better. But if you're like, that guy's a spell slinger, let's say he's the best spell slinger in the world, and like, you know, you're like doing this little thing, trying to dodge his big attacks or like his main abilities, then when you dodge something or whatever, you bait out one of his spells. I don't think I have it on my bar, but first of all, you could like pull him. The warriors have an ability where they can pull. If you're a stalker or another melee class, you use something that can like close the gap. Let's say it's the warrior's pull. You pull the target. Now you're this close. Almost 100%. He's going to use now one of his abilities to escape. He's going to use a jump, or like the spell slinger dash thing, whatever. The ideal thing is you make them waste their jump thing away. You save your jump thing for when they've done it, and then you jump on them. because then they have no more escape. All they're gonna do is roll around and stuff. But then you're like, you're hitting them, you're slowing them, you're stunning them, whatever. So that's just one thing that I can say about the melees, is you have to time your stuns correctly. You have to like bait some ranged abilities out, then go in. It's like a fine art being in melee. Oh well, being ranged as well, but with melee, I think it's probably a bit harder than being ranged because you have more thinking, a little more thinking to do. Like a little more tactics are at play. Like if you look at this replay of me versus Archangel, one of the best one of the best players when I was playing. Like obviously I don't have a read of every single player, but he was like one of the best while I was playing. He's freaking really good. You can see what he's doing, like he uses his gap closes at the right time, and then he'll time his abilities, and when I waste something, he sees that, then he might jump on me, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So just keep that in mind if you're a melee. That's all I have to say about melee, really. Melee, or is it melee? Melee. It's melee, okay? It's time the world understood how that word is said. It's melee. M-E, me, Lee, like, you know what I mean? Bruce Lee. Melee. Malay. Malay. Cause the AY is silent. There ain't no goddamn AY. Hey, I'm glad you guys agree with me. Thank you. Alright, well that's it guys. That's all the PvP guides. I literally cannot think of anything else to teach you that's really worth teaching. Like that's worth another video. I could have missed something, I don't know. But if you guys really think that there's something, then put a comment down below telling me what that thing is, and then if I think it's something that everybody would need, then I might make another guide. Otherwise, that's it. That's the final guide, and I hope it was useful. These videos were mainly aimed at players that haven't really PvP'd before and they wanted to get into it. So, and they were like just hesitant because they didn't know what to do, or maybe people just keep like beating them too hard and they have no idea what to do. Because I sucked at Wildstar PvP for the longest time. Like it was such a learning curve from World of Warcraft and those kind of games where you don't really have to dodge a lot. Like you just literally stand there and you just fight, and then every now and then you go around the corner to dodge a frostbolt that's gonna chase you or something like that. Like WoW does have its own skill and whatever. I'm not like putting WoW down, but like this is just they're just different. Like the fighting is just really different. So it takes a while. And now that you know these strategies, maybe you can do better, and like maybe those new players can actually join the PvPing and join the fun. And then there will be more BGs and everyone will have more fun. I'm literally sweating, guys. I'm sweating. It's hot. But we did it. We did it. Me, you, Jack and Frank. Jessica. Why is Jessica on the ceiling? Nobody knows. I don't know. My water bottle doesn't know. Alright guys, so if you liked this, give it a like. Subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of content, but there may not be more of this kind of content because that was kind of like the last guide, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah guys, we'll see what happens in the future, but yeah, for now, this is Lamex's Face, signing out. You know how those guys have those outros and then it goes to the dubstep music, then it says subscribe and there's another video and stuff. I was trying to do that, but I was trying to do it with my own voice and stuff. It didn't really work out. Yeah. Alright, hey, peace out. Peace. Peace, 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 peace.